The sonographer's face drained of color. Her hands shook as she pressed a few more keys, eyes darting across the screen like she'd seen a ghost. Then, without explanation, she left. Silence. My wife laughed softly, unaware. Probably just a new intern messing up. But I felt the shift in the air. A moment later, the doctor entered. He didn't look at her. He looked at me. His tone was clipped, urgent. "Step into the hall." I followed. He closed the door, leaned close, his words sharp enough to cut through bone. "Do not argue. Do not sign anything. Call a lawyer and leave." My chest tightened. Why? His eyes flicked toward the door, then back to me. "When you see this, you'll understand." And he left me standing in that sterile hallway, my pulse hammering, my skin clammy. When I finally stepped back inside and looked at the frozen image on the monitor, I understood too well. Not the shape of a child. Not mine. At first, denial was my shield. Maybe I'd misread it. Maybe the doctor was mistaken. Maybe the horror in his eyes was nothing but caution, protocol. But the screen didn't lie. Neither did the whispers in my head that refused to quiet. She smiled, trying to distract me. Her hand reached for mine, fingers trembling in what looked like affection. I forced myself to hold still, skin against skin, though every instinct screamed to pull away. On the ride home, she hummed a tune, light, careless. She didn't ask why I was quiet. Perhaps she thought my silence was awe or love. But suspicion had already spread through me like poison. I replayed months in my head, the sudden late nights, the unexplained phone calls, the way she shielded her phone when messages came in, the shifts in her body language, subtle but real. I never allowed myself to see it before. Now I couldn't look away. I did not confront her. Confrontation gives the guilty time to build lies. Instead, I played the role. Husband, provider, expectant father. I touched her shoulder, kissed her cheek, listened to her plans for the nursery. And in the quiet hours, I built my own plans. A paternity test kit, ordered discreetly. Phone records obtained through quiet channels. Sleepless nights staring at her back as she breathed easily, while my own chest rose and fell like a tide I was drowning in. Each detail painted the truth more clearly. An unfamiliar number, recurring at odd hours, hotel charges buried in our bank statements, a timeline that never matched her words. The silence inside me grew heavier. I learned to wear it like armor. The waiting became its own torment. Each day I rehearsed detachment, studying the way she smiled, the way she laughed, the way she played innocent. And all the while, beneath my skin, the storm brewed. The envelope arrived 3 weeks later, plain, clinical, heavy with finality. I opened it at the kitchen table while she folded laundry in the other room. My hands didn't shake. My breath stayed steady. The words were simple. The child was not mine. When I walked into the room, report in hand, she looked up, expectant, still playing the role she thought was intact. I placed the papers in front of her. Read. Her face shifted. Confusion, then horror, then the crack of realization. The color drained from her cheeks, just as it had from the sonographer's. "I can explain," she whispered. I said nothing. Silence was more suffocating than rage. Tears welled in her eyes. Her lips trembled. She reached for me. I stepped back. Revenge did not require shouting. It required precision. I had already contacted an attorney. Property divided. Accounts secured. Custody irrelevant. The betrayal was surgical, so my retaliation would be the same. That night, as she begged for forgiveness, I handed her a second envelope, divorce papers already prepared. Her hands shook as she opened it. You planned this?" I met her eyes, calm, unblinking. I confirmed what I already knew. Her sobs broke the air, desperate and hollow. But there was no mercy in me, only clarity. She had gambled with my life, my bloodline, my trust, and she had lost. I left before dawn. The house was quiet. Her cries still echoed faintly in the walls, but I carried no weight from them. Driving into the darkness, I felt nothing but a clean, sharp emptiness. People imagine betrayal as fire, rage, chaos, screaming. But the truth is colder. It hollows you out until only steel remains. I had no child, no wife, no illusions. What I had now was control. And for the first time in months, the silence inside me finally felt like peace. Betrayal doesn't break you. It chisels you down to the truth. And the truth is all I'll ever need.